Hey guys, how are you? I hope you are doing super well. Sorry, today was one of those days where you're getting ready and you think you're gonna get everything done, and it didn't work out because I was like trying on everything and I'm like, I don't want to wear this today. I don't want to wear this today. So it was one of those days. But I'm finally here and I'm so excited. I'm gonna wipe you guys off because for some reason you're kind of not clean. So one second. Okay, yay. Perfect. And I'm gonna just open my brightness here. Hello. How are you guys? How are you feeling? Happy Friday. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I've been offline for the most of the weekend, so it feels good to be back. Hello, Mason. Hello, Neela. Hello, everyone. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Arlie. Hello. Hey, queens and kings and beautiful souls. How are you guys? I'm so excited. I have my lemon, cucumber, and chamomile water ready because we are doing the reading for the Aquarius full moon that's coming on the 23rd, 24th. It depends on what part of the world you're in. So check and see what time it is so you can just kind of tune into that energy as close to it as possible. I'm going to be pulling out cards and it'll be pick a crystal reading. So you'll be picking out a crystal. I chose them intuitively, literally right before I came on. I always do that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to choose them with you guys today. And then I thought, you know what? Spirit's like, what are you doing? You already know what's coming up for them. Just pull it out now. And I was like, okay, we're going to pull them now. So if you want to know what to expect for this Aquarius full moon, this video is going to be all about that. We will be meeting back here on the 23rd of July at 6 p.m. Eastern time for a live meditation energy healing. So make sure you have subscribed, you put your notifications. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Hey, Veronica. So put your notifications, share with friends. This is a really dense and historical is the best way of explaining it month. There's just like a lot of ancestral lineage that we're going to be seeing and holding space for. So I'm really excited to hold. We're going to pick our crystals. I'm going to show you guys which crystals and to see which one you feel called to. And then we're going to do a mini intuitive breath meditation to tune into our intuition, holding space for that. So, hey, Samantha. Hey, Mason. Nice to know you guys finally did come on live. So our first crystal I'm going to show you guys is rose quartz. And the second crystal I'm going to show you is pyrite. And the third, I just got a cluster because these are my tiny ones. I use them a lot in my house, but I just felt called to bring two today. The selenite. Okay. So I love to do a little mini meditation to tune in and just to see where are you? Where are you mentally? Which one are you choosing? Because I know some people are always like, am I close to this one? Am I not? And don't worry, if you feel tuned to two groups, choose those two groups. I would encourage you to follow your intuition as we're holding space for. So we're just going to close our eyes, do a little intuitive connection here. And just take a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. We're going to start to breathe, bringing the breath as we inhale all the way to our third eye, right between your eyebrows. And exhale. And we're going to do this again. And one more time. And keeping your attention right in the center of your eyebrow here. And we're just going to ask your body which crystal you felt called to choose today for the Aquarius full moon and what you need to know. And taking a deep breath in and exhaling out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And we just thanking our intuition for this connection and for this message. And taking one more deep breath in. And exhaling out. And opening your eyes. Oh. Whoa, every time I do readings, and I know it's not just me, if any of you guys pull your own cards, do you notice that you sneeze or like you yawn a lot during meditation energy healing? And I thought that was really strange at first. And then the more and more, thank you, the more and more I tuned into it, I was like, no, this isn't strange. It's actually normal. So it's like energy is being released from you guys through me, which is interesting. So I just wanted to share this. My chamomile just keeps on going in my mouth. Okay. Sorry. I didn't notice how much water I did not drink today. So whatever crystal that you ended up choosing, we're going to go through each one. Oh, there's some chamomile right on my mouth. We're going to go through each one. And I'm really, really excited. So let's tune into Selenite. This will be your reading for this Aquarius new moon. Oh my gosh. Let's do some cleansing, shall we? This Aquarius new moon, holy fire energy. This Aquarius new moon has been a vibe, to say the least. Okay. I cleansed the space already, but I just felt called because selenite, I wanted to cleanse it again. Okay, so let's figure out what cards you got, selenite group. Let's start with these cards. What you need to know about this Aquarius new moon, or full moon, Aquarius full moon on July 23rd. Feels like we just had a new moon and then we're already going into full moon. Time's going by so quickly during these summer months. Crazy. Let's see. What does selenite need to know? Oh, okay, all these cards want to come out. There's more. Okay, so selenite group, you have a lot of messages for what you need to know about this Aquarius full moon on the 23rd, 24th. I got you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 is a really interesting number. Like it's a number of changes. It's like you just went through your awakening. You already accepted the changes. Now they're kind of in full power, if that makes sense. But there are still some things that you need to understand. So when I was pulling out these cards and the first card came out was what's not for you. And this is the fortune cookie. And I feel like spirit during this Aquarius full moon is going to take out a relationship for you to go back to the relationships you need to heal. And hold space here because like, I'm like, whoa, spirit, like, what do you mean by this? I think what they're trying to say with this Aquarius full moon is that, a lot of us, avoid the relationships such as our parents, our family, people that we don't like to hold space for or feel very draining. And I feel like there's going to be a shift. And I recommended this book in the Aquarius full moon energy video. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I linked it down below for you guys. But I talked about the fact that like this book called It Didn't Start With You. And I love this part of the book. It's earlier stages of the book, and it talks about how this guy travels the world, does all the healing. And that's kind of where you are, Selenite group. It's like you've done all the things. You're like in this purging state. You're still in your spring cleaning, if you will. And in doing this, it's crazy because like you are now being called to remove some people out of your life so you can go back to the true relationships that are important to you. It's like the groundingness of these relationships that are coming back to you. So you're going to kind of go through this purge. And I pulled out 6 cards. This card is a 6. So I knew that this was going to be the energy of your whole reading. So like, remove what's not for you. So I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about spirit. Spirit's just going to be like, there will be some communication issues. We're going into retrograde soon. So that's definitely going to be like social communication issues, like perhaps like feeling this sense of, oh, I want to do all these things this summer. And now I'm not being able to because they're not fully coming into fruition. So knowing that what isn't happening for you in the coming weeks of the Aquarius full moon, but also all the way till the next season of the next full moon, is to help you in a deeper way. It's to kind of see how all of those pains that you've experienced, you've gotten to a point of your healing where they're actually going to be blessings. Blessings. You got the blessing cards, blessed. So we get to a point of our healing, and I tell all of my mentees that we're like, we have noticed that everything that has happened to us is actually exactly for us. And you get to a point where you start to realize and have your aha moment. And this is what the Aquarius full moon's about. It's like your aha moment of figuring out like, you know, all of the traumas that have been happening in the past that you've resisted emotional release. And it's like, now you're finally at this stage where you're accepting it and being like, you know, this happened to me for me to realize what is not for me in my life. And if it wasn't for this specific situation and for universe not to release these people and to really show their true colors, I would have probably stayed in these relationships for 10 years thinking that they were for me, but they really were not. Okay. So consider this as luck. Like this is luck that spirit is sharing with you. The fact that you connected with selenite is a cleansing energy. Like I use it a lot. And it's an energy that you use to feel like if you're feeling like neutralization, you need to neutralize your energy. Hello, everyone who just jumped in. So nice to see you guys. Yeah, it's just like neutralizing. That's amazing, Samantha. You got the 666. Yeah. And if you guys haven't seen 666, go check out my video, my angel number playlist. I have the 666 angel number that will help you out. But I definitely see that there's this sense of like, it's not for you and it's a blessing at this point of your journey. Now, the other 2 cards that I want to hold before the last one is the Treasure Island. So the Treasure Island and the To the Sea. So there's these 2 cards, I'm pulling them out because they're connected with the message, but I also want to just point out, are any of you guys a water sign? So if you are a water sign, let me know down below. Because in the comment section, because I'm definitely seeing this sense of like flowing, cleansing, again, cleansing selenite, like you're cleansing this. This is like a time of cleansing. So you're kind of in this entrance of like Treasure Island. And I want to say that like there's hearts in this video, like in this card. I never pull out, like I never point out something if it doesn't mean something specific. So this is going to relate to some of you guys here as far as relationships. So maybe you are currently in a relationship or you're single, whatever way this message is for you. So with the selenite group during the Aquarius, you're going to kind of figure out that there is these treasures of understanding what you want in your soulmate, or specifically understanding, and if you're in a relationship, seeing another side of your partner that you didn't see before, because you're at this point of releasing what no longer is for you. This one thing is no longer supporting you or bringing this perspective of a wounded, the wounded being. So I'll give you an example. say, for example, you had an ex-partner, that person cheated on you, and you really have trust issues, right? And that's okay, but you are holding that perspective because of your experience of being cheated on. So during this Aquarius, full moon, it's interesting because the treasure island is really saying that, like, because you're letting this go, you're finally going deeper in this healing of whatever this insecurity is and whatever this fear of release is. You are now like loving your relationships more. You're now loving yourself more. You're now loving your partner more. You're now like seeing, oh, there is hope in me finding my person, like that person, because I finally figured out that all the things I experience is for me to go deeper into my heart and to release the grief and sadness that I've been holding for so long. And, I'm telling you guys, even at this stage of doing years of healing and being a healer, you still find times where you're like, wow, I need to release this. I need to let go of this. I haven't healed this. And that's just you being vulnerable, being honest, stepping in the space of humility of like, this is where I'm at in my healing stage, and that is okay. Okay. You have the Observer. So I love this card because this is kind of the energy I feel like you, Selenite group, you're going to be in after the shadow of the full moon. So the shadow of the full moon are 3 days after. And this is kind of where you're going to be observing. And I love this because this is crescent moon. So just be like, check out the time in I think crescent moon's usually like 3 days, about 3 days after the full moon. It depends. Some seasons, they just really push us depending on how powerful the moon is, and it comes a little bit shorter. But I just want to share with you, during the period of the crescent moon, this is going to be an opportunity of observing how everything that was released during this full moon, how everything is fitting into your life. So you're going to be in this space of like gratitude. You're going to be in this space of like blessings and luck and like seeing everything that I'm just sharing with you. You're probably going to go back and be like, Chica's right. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's saying this now. So I love that. So I'm going to also pull out some chakra cards for you guys. No, I'm not doing signs. I'm just doing the pick a crystal. So it's like the crystal that you're aligned with. So we're doing the Selenite group right now. Okay, so I love these cards. 3 cards is what I felt called to pull. 3 is what we got. So we have expansion, mysticism, and victim. So I love these cards. I'm going to start with expansion. So this is an opportunity of expanding your heart here in the Aquarius full moon from, releasing what is not for you from the specific thing that the universe is going to highlight during the time of the Aquarius full moon. Remember, it is heart-based. So think of things like, how do I feel loved? Do I feel loved? Think of some prompts, some journal prompts like, how do I see my lover or my partner see me? How do I see my family sees me? That's huge because we have these ancestral lineage energy coming in. Those things are going to be a big part. The mysticism is like very quick and very like direct, but here it's just really saying that like source is coming in. You don't need to know why spirit is doing the way they're doing, why they're orchestrating things. Don't sit at your bed. Stop like losing sleep over trying to calculate where this is going. Like be in this now. And this is why I'm saying what's not for you. It's not your doing. It's spirit's doing. It's universe is doing in this space. Victim of your own emotions. So this is 2 answers in relation to the mysticism like card. So here it's just saying that sometimes when we don't understand things, we try everything to figure out why they're doing it, the reason, the why, the everything. This is not a why, this is a surrender. And this is why I'm saying some of you guys are that water sign like element, like honing into this water element during this Aquarius full moon of just flowing with it, being the observer, receiving it and accepting it. But also the victim of the emotions also relates to the treasure island that I mentioned to you guys before, because it's saying that, you are now deciding, like there's a difference between understanding the pains you've had in past intimate relationships and friendships and how people have probably burned you in the past. But it's another thing to actually be aware of it and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to allow this perspective of how people treated me to be the way that I'm going to treat other people in the sense of vengeance or a lack of self-being or feeling that people are out to not have the best intentions for me. it's like, how do I change that rhetoric? And that's why I mentioned also with Aquarius full moon, it's this like manifesting energy of like, our words are so powerful for you, Selenite group. Like, this is a time that you're feeling the sense of cleansing. So be aware of the words you say in your mind and the things you listen to, and just like, just observe them and see how you react to them. And that can really help you and guide you as to what you're meant to release during this Aquarius full moon. I want to see if your angels or your guides have any messages for you as I'm talking to you guys. Water sign, yay, that's awesome. Okay, so let's see what your guides have for you as well for the Selenite group. Okay, so we have 3 cards for you, Selenite group. Share your voice, boundaries, leap. Love this. So sharing your voice is really just speaking into fruition. So this really represents just being, again, understanding a victim of emotions, like being aware of the things that we're saying. And I don't mean this in a way of like, stop focusing on so much on other people's voice of expression. Like, as I'm talking to you guys, I want to just share expression comes from 2 spaces of our body, the throat chakra and the sacral chakra. And if you guys have watched my the 5 things to know about this Aquarius full moon, the energy update, I talk about how there's a lot of feminine energy. So just really ask yourself, this is a great journal prompt and it's coming in for me right now. During the full moon, ask yourself, how has the feminine beings or my mother's energy impacted the way that I express my emotions to show love and to express love? And I think this is big. So for example, maybe you're someone that your parents didn't show you loving energy, like touch. And maybe for you, your love language is touch because that's what you need in your partner to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel expressed. So this is a great thing, saying that coming out of your cave, like being more aware of like, what's your love language? What's your, like, how do you communicate? And also being aware of the people and how they communicate with you. Because remember, Selenite group, you're in a space of cleansing. You're in a space of like, we're doing another round of summer cleaning, if we will. So here's just like, don't allow yourself to suppress your expression of emotion. And how you do that is by understanding, how did your inner child express themselves and how did they want to be expressed and seen through expression? Boundaries. So where to establish boundaries? And this is very simple. Like whenever this card comes out, whenever I pull it, it basically means like, say no. Say no to people. What is not for you? It is not a bad thing. Do not allow the sense of guilt to come in or the feeling of shame. And I love this card. Again, I only point out things if it's related to the group. There are hands stretching out. So I want you to ask yourself, how many hands of energy is coming at you to expect you to support them, to love them, to be the shoulder to cry on? Like, if we are not helping ourselves, we are not able to support that. And it's also it's removing our power. I actually mentioned this with one of my mentees the other day. And this is what boundaries is all about. When we talk about collective consciousness, right? So right now, you guys watching this video with me, like, we're collective consciousness. Like, we're all connected. We're all connecting. You walk on the street, every person you pass, collective consciousness. It's like the awareness of human body, human connection. And if we don't allow boundaries to be there, okay, Selenite group, like what happens is you just have every single person you interact with, you talk to, you have road rage with, your parents, every person that you talk to on a daily basis is someone that has connection to your energy. So here is just being mindful of that. Like, how do you set boundaries so you're not drained, so you're not exhausted? Because that's not fair to them. And every time someone holds that space, they're taking your power if it's being in a space of like taking the energy out of guilt and shame, because it's not a balance. It's not a definite no. It's not a definite yes. It is just you holding into the space of, this is not what's for me, but I'm going to feel bad for this person. I'm going to see what's best for them. And that's the complete wrong way that you should be thinking about it, especially during this Aquarius full moon. So please hold space for boundaries. Leap. So you go first, the universe will catch you. And I love this card because it's just saying basically like we have to understand that as we remove those things, and this is all the universe is doing. And I've had those months where like literally the whole universe is just like, okay, we're taking that out. We're taking this out. We're taking this out. We're not making this work. We're not doing this. Like they're just like pulling out things. And I'm like, whoa, you're really just doing this. And I start to, when we are in an unstable space, when we're in a space of unknown, is a space of growth. When you're in a space of unknown is a space of growth. So if you are in a space of unknown during this Aquarius full moon, it's a transformational time for you. It's a space of observing the growth. It's a space of understanding what it means. It's a space of being fully vulnerable and stepping into that humility and holding space for that. So I love your cards. Loving the energy. It's so good. Let's do some affirmations to kind of close off your card reading Selenite group for the Aquarius, and let me know what's resonating for you so far in the comment section, because I'm just like really feeling these. Okay, there are two cards where I was like, and there's four. So 4 is an awakening one. So maybe you need to hear this. Let's see what we have. We have regret, blame, fear, honesty. I love when spirit confirms everything I share in our affirmations, because it's just a great way to kind of go back to everything and like journal about it, think about it. It's like, what, okay, this is what Shika meant, you know? So let me tell you. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So again, when I mentioned at the beginning, saying what's not for me, and it's just like these things are coming up, it's like understanding that this past, this connection, and even if it's like a present thing that's not from long, long away, but it's being removed by spirit or universe here, it's also an opportunity for you to be like, how does this relate to my soul learning, my soul lessons? How does this relate to how I need to hold space as not using the word regret, but using the expansion, the expressive word of learning, lessons, opportunity? Like those are much more, aligned words to use. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Again, boundaries. I'm just going to say boundaries. You chose selenite. Selenite means boundaries, right? So stop blaming everyone with you don't have enough time, that I can't do this, that I'm too exhausted. Like you are the one to blame. And I know this is hard because I know for like what I used to do, a lot of deep work, especially even with my mentor, she'll be like, Chica, this is your fault. It's no one's fault but you. And we have choices. We always have choices. People can sometimes express in a way that can make it seem that it's a choice for them and their own well-being. And then we forget about ourselves. But it is your responsibility to be energetically responsible, that you cannot blame yourself for this. Don't look out to blame. It's a responsibility that it is your well-being here. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in an energy of love. So again, fear is eliminated by love. Every time you feel fearful about things changing, that's an opportunity that there's going to be a more loving opportunity at the end on the other side. Every time when change happens, it's like, yeah, it really sucks. It's like at the moment you're like, why is all this change happening? I don't understand why. Like, it just feels like I'm starting all over again. What's the point? Like all these things come in. But when we're at this space of fear, it's like, we also get the space of just complete surrender. It's almost like a way, and I'm talking to you specifically based on your reading, spirit will put you in fear to force you to surrender, to be the observer, and to completely trust the process. And that is where fear can actually be used to help us. If we were just always just living our lily day and just like not even caring about things, I feel like if we didn't have this sense of like fear of the unknown, fear of this, like uncertainty, like all of these like deep words of expansion and learning and lessons, then we would not be able to fully embrace love as much as we do, or to feel this unconditional gratitude for it. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect from myself. Okay. So no one else in this world we can expect the truth from but you, right? You can say that your partner cheated on you and this is why you have trust issues. You can say that you went through trauma and this is why this happened and this is why you have this perspective or belief. You can say that like you're at a point of going through a lot of mental blocks such as depression or anxiety and other mental health blocks as well. But you got to be honest with yourself and you can't be in denial, okay? Denial is where it can be dangerous for us because if we are in denial, we're continuously in this space of victim of our emotions and expansion can't happen there, right? And the universe and spirit will just continue to work through that energy of that. However, if you choose honesty during this Aquarius full moon, then you can see and observe and see a lot of clear messages of what the next steps are in the love space of your life, specifically love and that energy of emotions as well. And I'm saying this in a way that like not everyone here is going to be in a relationship. I'm not telling you go find your person right now. But if you are single, you know, this is an opportunity for you to see how love has like changed your life and how you can expand your heart more, maybe for your future soulmate or most importantly for you. And even if you are someone in a relationship, this is a great opportunity for you to just make sure that there are healthy boundaries in your relationship. And you're also being honest of where you both are. You know, where are you in your relationship? Where are you guys? Like having that space of communication. And it might be a great opportunity during the Aquarius full moon for you to sit and have a deep conversation and just kind of, and when I mean deep, I just mean like, you know, check in. Hey, how are you feeling about everything? Like, how are you feeling about our relationship? Where are we at emotionally? Like, have those conversations. You don't want to be at a point where we're not having them and we're not expressing ourselves and we're suppressing our throat. We're suppressing our emotions. And then we are in a relationship that we're completely disconnected from, right? So this is very big. Like, you know, hold space for this. This is why you chose the Selenite group. Love the reading. Let me know what aligns with you. Comment down below and let me know what just like spoke to you, maybe a specific card or something I said that channeled through. Just let me know down below. Don't forget to mark your calendar for the 23rd, July 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern time to meet back here for a live meditation. And if you haven't watched my video on the 5 things you need to know, that is linked down below for you guys. Yeah. It will be good. And I have an announcement that I'll actually be sharing with you guys at the end of the video and also in our community. So stay tuned for that. Let us move on to the next group. I'm going to drink some water. Just reading your comments. 333. Yeah, I saw that as well. Boundaries, cleansing, especially of family. Love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, thank you, Charlene, to see to press the button. Yes, please, please, please. Makes a big difference when you subscribe, but also put all the notifications and you like and share. YouTube's getting to a point where it's like all these things actually matter for people to see it. So I would appreciate it if you guys do that or even share on your Instagram or wherever you feel called to. It helps the community out a lot. And just like people who are actually subscribed to the channel, some of you guys actually don't see my videos. And you're like, oh, I didn't see it till now. It's because YouTube is like, and I'm like, I want my family to see the stuff I'm making for them so they can be supported. But, you know, I digress. Let's get into the next group. I'm just going to smudge as you guys are chatting. Love you guys too. You guys are so awesome. Like, so awesome. I love it. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's a cleansing for selenite group. Okay, so if you chose Pyrite, this is your reading and what you need to know for this Aquarius full moon in Pyrite. I'm grounded right now watching in nature. Oh, I love that, girl. I love that, Earl. That's amazing. Watching the reading and sun. Oh, yes. Sun gazing is one of my favorite things to do. It is so great for energy, for endorphins, for channeling. It's so good. Sorry, I'm drinking water because like I don't drink enough water and I need to. So, and I keep getting chamomile in my mouth. Okay, let's get your reading going. So let's see what you need to know for Pyrite group. Let's see. Oh my gosh, your cards, Pyrite group. You have one more card. Oh, Spirit. Oh, this one. Okay. Whoa. So number one, Pyrite's the fool's gold. So it's all about channeling that dough, but also channeling abundance in general. So just think about, as I'm reading this for you guys, the question I'm going to say before I show those cards is just like, where's your mind at with abundance and money and just possessions of things? Like, where are you there? Because this is going to kind of tune into this emotional understanding of the abundance aspect during the Aquarius full moon. Okay, so we took 2, 4, 6. 6 is really coming in hard because I had 6 cards for the last group as well. Okay. So the first thing that came out, and it was so funny, as soon as I pulled the card for you, Pyrite group, this card was just like it was like a breath of fresh air. And I feel like a lot of you guys have been grinding, hustling. And for some of you guys, you have been very like goal intentional oriented. Like you're one of those people that are just like, maybe you write down what money you want to make if you're a business owner, or perhaps like you have certain goals to maybe buy a house, like there's a big purchase that you have in the future, or a car, or there's just a big purchase is what I'm feeling. And the first card I got is peace. And I think this card is really just going to resonate a lot with you guys because the peace card is just over the egg, and it gives me this energy of the cosmic egg that's very commonly known in a lot of cards. The cosmic egg is like one of the luckiest cards to get, and I feel specifically for this reading, this is a lucky card for you because it's showing that like you can come to peace with where you are with your money during this Aquarius full moon. And for some of you guys, that means like you've gotten there, and for others, it's an opportunity to understand, okay, I figured out this is what money means to me. This is what abundance means to me. I definitely feel this sense of like happiness and like coming back to yourself and at ease of finances. And you just seem like you're seeing things move. You're seeing the blocks come in during this Aquarius full moon Pyrite group. So time to nap. So again, like I said, you've been on this hustle, you've been on this grind, and Spirit is just saying that, you know, Aquarius full moon's about you resting. So some great things is getting off social media, taking a bath. This came through, like going for a walk and hike, simply just like doing nothing. When was the last time that you did nothing, Pyrite group? Like this is what the energy I'm talking about during this Aquarius full moon. It's like coming to peace with resting, allowing yourself to rest, not working a lot and getting on this hamster wheel and not getting off of it. Like this is an opportunity to get off of it. And we're not talking about just the Aquarius full moon day. We're talking about 3 days before and 3 days after. As you guys know, this is a full moon week. So this is huge. Like it's a huge space. And they have the fox energy here, just sleeping and lying here. So I don't know if any of you guys connect with the fox energy, but the fox is a very interesting animal. If you want to look up what is the spiritual meaning of the fox, I would suggest doing so. The other one that we have is happy. So I do feel this sense of happiness because you're seeing your accomplishments. Maybe you are saving the amount that you need in order for you to make this big purchase. Perhaps you're happy because you get some good news that you're able to, right? Like this happiness is like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is coming in. You're coming into peace with finances here and abundance and just like goals, like very intentional goals that you've had. So think about where you were 6 months from now and what you wrote for the full moon, for your intentions and what you wanted to manifest around that month. And then ask yourself, where are you now, Pyrite group? This is what it's all about. And I want you to really focus on the emotional connection to the abundance. Hey, Cord. The emotional connection to abundance. So specifically like, okay, how do I feel when I get paid? How do I feel when a bill comes up to me? Like when I get a bill in the mail, how do I feel when I'm like looking at my goal and how much I've saved to this big purchase? Like that emotional feeling is what this Aquarius full moon's all about. So really focus not so much on like the masculine energy, but the feminine essence, like the expression of money, the happiness, like money loves me, like money is great, like focusing on that space. I've been really focusing on those affirmations myself, of just like writing down 2-3 affirmations that really, really, really hold space for me. And I noticed such a big difference. So yeah, I love it. Exchanging of gifts. So I really like this one because again, as I told you guys, this Aquarius full moon is all about like the feminine energy here, and specifically like women or mothers in the space of that place. So I just feel like there's just this exchange coming in. So there's 2 messages here for you guys. The first thing is some of you guys might actually receive something from someone, specifically feminine, being a woman that's going to give you something specifically. It could be a gift, it could be something unexpected. But I definitely feel like there's going to be like this blessing of giving here. And I also think exchanging of gifts also represents sharing that abundance. So maybe at this time, this might be a great idea to think about as a business owner, for example, like what you want to donate to give back. Because I'm a big believer, even myself, as you proceed to get more, you obviously share that energy and you manage that energy, right? And I think this is huge, where it's like, how am I exchanging my energy here? And, allowing myself to understand the exchange of what abundance mean to me. But Pyrite group is also understanding like how you want to give to others intentionally and genuinely. So this is really huge. I will also say exchange for some of you guys during the Aquarius full moon. It's all about like understanding where you are emotionally with money. Like when you think of money, does it make you happy? Does it make you fearful? Does it make you excited? Does it make you like, what way does that aspect of money comes in? And this card just like fell on my lap when I was talking. So I'm going to pull this out of all the glitz and glam. And this card really represents that, like, it's not all about the materialistic part. And I mentioned this before. It's about the emotional perspective of money. So for example, if you're someone who has thousands and millions of dollars, but you are sad and you are like in a space of non-happiness, or maybe you don't have time to spend with your kids, maybe you're always working, like that is a lifestyle that you have chosen in exchange for money, right? For abundance. And same thing, if you are someone who's not making much, but you're working and you don't see your kids, that is also an exchange for money. So there's a similarity here. It's not about the money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about the materialistic things. It's about prioritizing the choice of what is important to you in your life to have a happy life. Okay, so during this Aquarius full moon, I want you to sit and meditate, or even just script out like, what are the priorities of happiness for me? So for example, for me, it's having fun with family, it's traveling, it's being able to eat amazing, beautiful, nutritious food, and allowing myself to express creativity in food. And even just sharing this makes me happy. If you guys don't know, I love cooking. Like, I am one of those people that if I love hosting, I love cooking. It's one of my favorite things to do. So like those are some important things to me, and also being able to not allow my work to live my life. I don't want to be those people because of my upbringing, knowing that I had a mom that worked really hard, and my dad as well, but I didn't really get to see them much. So I know that for me, family is very important, and it was always like family is important. We always have dinner on weekends together. But, there was still that loving connection that I really wanted. So just really understanding that there is no difference between the rich person in this example and the person who is working for ends meet and maybe living paycheck to paycheck. It's a choice of choices here. You're choosing to use your time, and you're exchanging your time for the idea of what is luxury, but you're chasing after something that is not realistic here. Okay. And that's for some of you guys here. So just coming to peace. And I think that's why also time for a nap and peace came up as well for some of you guys, because it's like you need to take a break to realize what you're actually chasing for, which is actually a sense of like emptiness in the end of the day. So, you know, your happiness is most important. And I think it's so crucial during this Aquarius full moon to look into that space. Okay. The last thing is here and now. Great way to bring things full circle here. So again, we're having the egg energy. Told you guys there's so much egg energy. It's like new, this like cosmic energy, this essence of the cosmic egg that it comes through again. And here's just saying, you're here. Why are you thinking about the future and the past? Don't allow yourself to choose to exchange your energy, memories, and even time with people. Like, guys, life is like that every single morning. The first thing I do, you don't want to know the first thing I do, is I think of 5 things I'm grateful for and why in my bed. That is the first thing I do. Like before I say hello to anyone or like go to the bathroom, whatever I do is I say 5 things I'm grateful for, because I know that is a gift. That is literally a gift to be able to have space for that. I could have not woken up and been in a different dimension, and this would be done my human experience, right? So I'm not saying this to be morbid, but I'm also saying this to realize that like this is gifted to us. And that's why Pyrite group, you chose this, is because like we have to really understand what is your real intentions for working that many hours? What are your real intentions for like wanting to make $100,000 a year? What is your real intentions to leave your 9-to-5 job? And which a lot of people think that is the goal, but maybe that's not the goal. Maybe for you, it is working 9-to-5 and being able to have a great, amazing time to the beach right after work. And that's happiness for you. Like you need to create that picture. Stop looking outside of what everyone else is doing and how I need to create that. Okay. That was my rant. I'm looking at your messages right now. Ooh, I joined perfect time. Yes, Cord, calling me out a little. I'm only just sharing what Spirit's like telling me here. So again, this comes from love. I know sometimes when I share my cards, I'm like, bam, bam, bam. I'm like giving it to you guys, but it's all out of love, because I know you're at a point where you can. And it's crazy because I'm looking at your cards, and a lot of your cards have 2s. A lot of your cards, I had pulled out 6 cards. You got a 6s in your cards. You got a 7s, you got 1s. So if any of you guys are relating to those numbers, you know, those are really big. Like take action. This is really what I'm feeling. It's like take action in your perspective of what money is to you. Don't allow money to run you. Don't allow abundance to run you. Like, you know, live to work, you know, you work to live your life, right? And this is what it's all about. And I'm going to do a video on this a little bit more, but I digress. This is the first part of your reading. Let's see what chakra cards you guys got. Yes, you're seeing 7 7s. Yeah, I have a video on 7 7s. If you guys want to check it out, that will be helpful. Happy it's resonating with you guys. Okay, let's see what we have. Spirit's not playing for you, Pyrite group. What else do they need to know? I'm laughing because like as soon as I hold space for cards and like pull out cards for you guys, Pyrite group, you just like okay, so you got 4 cards and they're not playing. Okay, so what you need to know about this Aquarius full moon is that number 1, trickery. I'm just gonna say it. I love you. And we're going to say it like this. And Spirit's like, okay, get on with it, Shika. But here it's just saying, stop tricking yourself to think that like you're working hard. Be efficient is what I'm trying to say. Efficiency is more important. There's a butterfly. I don't know if you guys can see the moth. They represent amazing transformation. So they just came to visit you. But I wanted to share that. It's so crazy. You guys are getting this energy. Okay, so trickery. So stop tricking yourself to think that you're working hard when you're against the aspect of playfulness here. Like, and again, I'm saying playfulness because you have a squirrel here, right? Stop tricking your inner being of saying that this is what I need to go chase after, right? Because when you get there, Will you be happier? That is the question. So during this Aquarius full moon, it's a lot of like just understanding, like stop tricking yourself to think that you are at peace of working hard and to look for this like essence of like, okay, this is what happiness means. We're exchanging our energy, everything we do. So intentionality and energy is everything. It truly is everything. Everything's energy. And on a scientific level, if you want to go science, everything is made out of atoms, right? We have these particles that we're all made out of. That is all energy. And we have to understand, like, what are you tricking yourself about right now in your reality? Confusion. So a lot of you guys might feel a little bit confused. You know, you might feel a little bit like of this aspect of confusion and like this sense of like, okay, Shika, like, well, if you're telling me I need to stop working hard, does that mean like I need to stop everything? No, it just means like ask yourself why are you working hard for this? Like, why are you focusing on this specifically, right? This is crucial. This is so important. So stop confusing yourself. And sometimes spirit confuses you to get you to really look at the big perspective in life. Every time I'm confused in life, it is an opportunity for me to slow down, to take that nap, to rest, to reset, and to come back with a different, fresh pair of eyes about money, abundance, and what I'm actually doing my sole purpose for. Balance, again, balance. And I want to say this in a big thing here, and I want to say this because this is holding space for family. So how are you balancing your hard work in life with the time you spent with family? Again, it's an exchange and exchanging gifts, but also exchanging energy here. So are you being fair with yourself of how much time you're spending with your family and how much time you're spending with you and how much time you're spending with work and all these other things that we're always constantly exchanging our energy for? So you are all about balance during this Aquarius full moon. It's all about how do I balance myself? How do I allow myself to come in and say, okay, I'm not doing the meditation, Shika. I'm actually not meditating every day, or I'm not feeling motivated to, or I feel exhausted because I'm working all the time. Like, be honest with yourself here. But again, we have no one to blame but ourselves. You're at peace comes into balancing and understanding that, you know, what are your priorities? Like, what is this abundance for? Because even when you get that money, your life doesn't like change like that. Like, just because you got it doesn't mean it's like, I can tell you guys right now the difference between me having $15 to my name at a certain point to me having abundance where I can comfortably take off time and, you know, like, which I'm so grateful for, and hold space for people in a way that I wouldn't be able to if I decided to do that years ago. It's all about balance at the end of the day. I have a lot of the things that I want on my vision board already, and I'm so grateful for it. But it doesn't really change your energy. Like, that is your responsibility. That's where energetic responsibility, that is a true abundance, because the moment that's in check, everything else aligns. But then also, because you're already in check, it just becomes more and more loving in your life. Like, you become more and more happy. It's beautiful. Last thing is instinct for your chakras. So this is neutral, by the way. The gray ones are neutrals, confusion and instinct. And here it's just following your instinct here. You know, this moth is just chilling with you. It's like, hey, are you ready for this hard stuff? Like, are you ready for this information? Yes, of course you are. Follow your instinct, follow it, you know, use the wolf's eyes, the spirit of the wolf, call that into meditation if you guys want to help you give the eyes of the space of like, what instincts do you have to hold space for? What do you need to eliminate to balance in your life? What do you have to shift to balance in your life? Does that mean that I have to take off, you know, weekends now? Yes. Does that mean that I just need to be more intentional with my life? Yes. Does that mean I have to incorporate slow living? Maybe. Does that mean that now in bed we do no phones so me and my partner have more time together? Yes, perhaps. So just think about following your instinct, you know, and intuition. Don't allow work to run in a way that you're completely disconnected from your instinct, okay? So these are your chakra cards. Let's go into your guides. What do your guides have to say for you, Pyrite group? And then we will do your affirmations of the day. Have some water. I should probably take out this chamomile in my water, but it tastes so good. I'll do it after. Okay, so I got you 4 cards. Let's see what we got. I'm telling you, it's like my friend Mothi over here and me we're just pulling it. Who knows? This could be a guide for you or a spirit animal for any of you guys. I know whenever I see butterflies, it reminds me of my ancestors. It's an ancestor visiting me. So if it's for you guys, maybe that's someone who's coming in. So we have 4 cards. Align your life. So here it's saying, where is it not aligned or needed into change? So again, this is exactly what I said with the chakra cards. Here's a second card to confirm it. Balance your life. What isn't aligned? What is not working for you? And then ask yourself, what excuses do you make to not eliminate those things? Yeah, that's the thing. It's a choice. What excuse do we make? Like, and I'm just saying this because our ego comes in and says, oh, we can't do this because remember, we're working towards having this beautiful home. We're working towards having this great car. And I'm all about manifestation. You guys know that's what I talk about on my channel. But it has to be energetically, it has to be emotionally aligned. And right now during this Aquarius full moon, this is a wake-up call. This is a shake of saying, you are not emotionally aligned, love, and you got to make sure that you're balanced, okay? Next thing here, the reason why I said about the spirit animal is keepers of the earth. This is a representation that your guides, specifically ancestors, are here to support you. And I just want you to kind of think about, like, how did money or abundance play a role in your household as your younger self? And how did that shape the way that you have worked in your work ethic towards money and abundance? Because that shadow prompt question is really going to help clear a lot of perspective for you. But I just feel like this elder grandmother coming into the energy, such a good energy coming through for you guys. But I just feel like this like elder coming in saying that you're not alone, like this soft hug, like, ooh, you are not alone. You are so supported here, and we see you, we hear you, you're working hard. And your ancestors are right beside you, but love, they're also kissing you on the forehead and saying, love, we need to bring you to peace of understanding what this is all for. Happiness, right? Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So again, this is just understanding that there's a difference. It's more than just money. It's an alignment, right? It's an alignment of aspects. So understand here, what is your deepest calling? And what this rest and nap during the week of the full moon is going to do is going to just give you a little fresher of like, am I on point? Am I on this right path? Or did I get lost along the way? Did I allow my workaholic, tendencies to come in the way to avoid what I'm emotionally feeling? Did I allow myself to, create all this like stuff that I want to do, but I'm not creating this sense of like discipline? I'm in denial of it because I feel intuitively that there's this off balance of like how much I'm working towards the relationship energetically with money and abundance and how I see it into fruition, into my reality. Last card we have from your guides. Ooh, there's a candle on there. Last card you have from your guides is answer the call. What is the soul calling you to do? So again, there's just a lot of soul energy coming in, like your soul's coming back to you during this Aquarius full moon to really make sure, like, are you in alignment? Are you totally aligned with what you're meant to do, what your purpose is? And if not, that's okay. Like, we get lost along the way. That is completely fine. There's a lesson learned in that. But just make sure that you're answering your deepest calling. So I definitely feel like soul purpose is what comes up for me, and inner peace. So focus on this on an emotional level, on a feminine and expressive level during this Aquarius full moon. It's going to really help you. This is aligning so much with how I've been feeling and what I've been working on personally. Love it, Ali. That's amazing. So let me know, guys, what cards are resonating with you as I'm talking. what things shared, maybe even just moth over here, our friend is here, spirit's here, just like what is coming in for you. And let's see what affirmations we have for you guys. Okay. So we got, I think, 4 or 5 cards to tune in. We have 5. Okay, change. Whoa, you guys have a lot going on here. Oh, lots to share with you. Let's get, oh my gosh. Okay, let's get into this. So, number 1, your third eye. If you haven't watched my video on how to open and work with your third eye, go check out that meditation I've done. This is going to correlate with what your clarity you need during your break. Okay, just keep that in mind. Purple is third eye, which is the cards that I got. 3 of those cards are all related to that. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I'm going to say this specifically. You can accomplish what you set your mind to if the alignment of what you're setting your mind to is an alignment of what your soul purpose is, right? So discipline is great. Some of you guys have this Pyrite group. Some of you are working towards this, and it's an understanding of exchanging your energy in fair spaces. But understanding that you put your mind to it, make sure your energy isn't aligned as well. So this is your card, discipline, the right discipline. Gratitude. I am grateful for this life and opportunities that it presents. Whether you are that person that you have everything you want and you're still in the space of unhappiness, or you're this person who's working towards a space of stability, I want you to know that gratitude is something that no matter where you are in your life, all of us, we need to practice. I practiced it when I was at the worst of my life, eating ramen noodles and did not, know what I was going to eat for that day. I've had practice of gratitude in times where I was able to, travel, and I'm in a financial space of a happiness and gratitude. Gratitude's important, is what I'm telling you. Things can change like that. And sometimes, at that point, like I said, I wake up, the first thing I do, I list out 5 things I'm grateful for, and then I'm on with my day. So I know that I'm holding space in gratitude every single day, So understand that I am thankful for the life and the opportunities it presents. Type that down below. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And this is all heart chakra here. What are you hiding behind that abundance? Like, what sadness are you holding here? And this is coming in a little bit with everything that I just shared. Like, for some of you guys, like, what is the grief that you're using work and your success or the future success you want for yourself to be confirmed of you've made it? What is that? Release that. Okay. Worry. So I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome, right? So understanding that I can worry about something right now and allow myself to go through this anxiety and stress and through this space of fight or flight, or I can completely surrender and just be at ease. So worrying is something that you choose. And again, the third eye here. So worry, there's no point to worry about all this. There's no point to worry that you have to take a break and oh my gosh, what am I going to miss at work? What am I going to how much am I losing because I'm taking a week off work, blah, blah, blah. Well, your health, without your health, you can't make that abundance, honey. Without your body, you can't make that abundance. So worry is nothing but stress and allows the body to shut down. So allow yourself to understand it doesn't change the outcome at the end of the day. We see it, we feel it, we understand it, we use our instinct, and then we surrender to it. And even though it doesn't make sense at that time, it will eventually. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So I want to kind of share this a bit too. Exchanging gifts also means exchanging gifts of energy to relationships. So mom, dad, people at work, any person that is in your space most of the time or you connect with. And I want you to ask yourself, how has your relationships really shaped the way that you see abundance and how you see life? And for example, like I said, you can start with your younger self at the home. Like, what did mom and dad feel about money? Like, how was that work dynamic? How was like coming back from school with grades? What did that look like for you? And how did that hold space for your relationships and your intimate relationships, friendships, all of that? So understand that we're attracting what we are. Intimate, not whatever. And I will tell you guys in full honesty, like I've purged so many people out of my life, like so many people. You've purged so many people in your life. Like, so can we talk here? Like, relationships are meant to hold space to teach us things. And sometimes that means a lifetime. Sometimes it means a period of time. But it's always good to check in and make sure that we are attracting the right relationships so we can hold space to take a break and to be at peace with our being and be happy. Are your relationships making you happy? If not, bye. Okay? I'm a Scorpio. We cut it like, we just cut these people, okay? And what I mean by that is just like, no, like you have to cut it out. Like you cut that energy out. And the reason why it took me a very long time because of my tendencies and maybe your tendencies, I'm sharing this because I know it's you. I know this is going to connect with you. Your tendencies might be that the self-pleasing of worrying about how people will perceive you and how people will perceive you if you don't make this accomplishment, if you don't make this space. But that doesn't mean mom and dad have to define what your happiness is and what that success career is and how many kids you need and when you need to get married and all those things. Like our relationship with ourself defines the relationship of the world and how people perceive us. And if we're worried and unhappy and ungrateful for that, we don't accept that, acceptance, next card, then how are we able to be fulfilled in this life? How are we able to be fulfilled with this human experience of the relationships that are meant to teach us things throughout this journey? Okay. Acceptance. So I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change, right? You can't change everything in your life. You're not meant to change everything in your life. And you just need to accept that, right? So learn to accept it, move on, and you can always grow, though. And change is all about growth, right? So don't change the events that happened in the past. Don't worry about how you can change it. And if this didn't happen, this is where I would be. You know, if I wasn't in this X, Y, and Z situation, I wouldn't be this much more wealthier. I would have been this place in my life. I would have, like, if I knew my soul purpose earlier, we all have those thoughts. But it's not going to change anything, right? So it's either you can hold space to be grateful for those memories and what has happened here, or you can just continue to wonder and continue to, you know, feel the sense of disappointment, not worthy to yourself, not fair to yourself at all. So stop judging yourself. So that is your reading, Pyrite group, for the Aquarius full moon on July 23rd, 24th. Let me know what resonated with you down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, put notification bells, and also don't forget to put a reminder on for July 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be meeting back here for a meditation and a healing. I'd love to see you there. So yeah, that is your group. Let's go into the next reading. Last but definitely not least. Okay, let me put these cards back in their piles. How's everyone feeling, by the way? Feeling super good. I'm going to take a big gulp of my water, though, because I'm feeling a little bit parched, if I will. Very parched. So I'm going to do this first. Okay. And let's smudgy, drink some watery, and get some rose quartzy in here. Okay. This bundle is beautiful, and I'm so happy. It comes from Colombia. Thank you. If you guys don't know, Colombia has a big space in my heart. Maybe I'll share it with you guys in a video. But, oh, nope. This is not happening. Almost had a fire thing burn my pants. They're my nice pants, so I removed it. Okay. On to the next. So if you are a Rose Quartz group, this is your reading for the Aquarius full moon. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a 10 out of 10. How are you guys feeling out of 10? Let me know down below in the comment section. Out of 10, how are you feeling? 10 being the best you've ever felt, like you're on like, and like 1 being the worst. No one's ever checked in at a 1 when I do this with my mentees. Okay. Let's get your reading going, Rose Quartz group. What you need to know about this Aquarius. Okay. Heart. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dog. Okay, this is an interesting reading for you, Rose Quartz. So you got 5 cards. 5 very, very interesting cards. The first card you got is Serendipity. And then we got Message in the Bottle. Pulling these cards out for you guys because they are so interconnected. So the first thing I'm sharing is like there is a channel. I feel like as soon as I was like, hello, spirit calling. So this is the first thing I'm going to share with you guys. Rose Quartz group, you're going to get like this divine channeling like message, whether that is directly from a guide or just from your higher self or universe, spirit, like whatever you connect with. Like there's going to be this like specific message of luck, message of understanding, message of clarity. And the reason why I share this is because I want to ask you a deep question. How has love played a role in your life, in your household? So just think about Rose Quartz group. Like, what did mom and dad's relationship look like? Were they divorced? Were they together? Did they argue a lot? Like, what was that relationship? Let me know down below. Like, what is the loving expansion of that energy? Like, what did that look like essentially? Because you also have by the book. And I love this card because number 1, you got Serendipity. Serendipity is all about luck of love, luck of clarity, luck of message, a blessing essentially. And you also got an elephant, which the elephant in a lot of, spiritual practices, energies, and I truly see it as in the shamanic practice, it's luck. It's luck. It's like a full blessing coming in. And there's such sacred animals. You have the generation following that book. So it's understanding that here, there's been some trauma a little bit of like what is self-love, whether that is from the masculine, of like anger being a way to repress emotions of sadness, to feel the sense of masculine entity and masculine energy that comes in. And then there's also the essence of the feminine, where it's like holding space. Did your mom have space to be held in a healthy masculine? And how did that look like? Did she express her emotions? So you're rewriting the book here. Like, I feel like your lineage, your line is shifting here. And you have 2 choices. This is why the message of the bottle happens. Whether you are in a relationship, you're single, you just broke up, wherever you are, I want you to ask, if you've had a past relationship, like, how has that relationship emotionally affected you? And the second question I want you to ask is, how did that relationship affect you while you were with that person? And if you aren't in a relationship at all, just ask yourself, like, and just in general, this is good for both groups, where do you feel about love in yourself? Like, how has that impacted you and what things you want in your future partner. And when you look at that, ask yourself, do you have those things? Do you feel that you fulfilled that within yourself as a single person, as someone on your own? Because again, what I'm hearing from Spirit is saying that you are going to be shifting the book. Everyone's done things by the book. Maybe most people in your family have been divorced. Maybe most people in your family have been together and there's just been a similar story. But in your lifetime, it's going to be a different look. And I think what I'm trying to get at is the Aquarius full moon is all about Rose Quartz Group for you to understand and rewrite the book of love. Rewrite the book of love and what that means for your family. Rewrite the way that you are going to bring your children into this world. I know for myself and many of you, Rose Quartz Group, this is a space where you're probably going to change the way you discipline your kids in the future, or maybe change the way that you want the dynamic and the roles in your family space. You're doing this deeper work for you to receive love, to finally give yourself permission to receive love when you were in a home or a household where maybe love was not necessarily in a healthy way. So by the book, the 111, like the 11 number is here. So new beginnings, and it's by the book. Again, it's coming in. You're changing that. You're rewriting this passage. It's like you're wiping it clean. You're taking it and you're replacing it with actual love. And the fates is, oh my God, I'm a little bit emotional coming through with this because I know that this reading is really going to just be a part of what is coming through to continue the messages. But this card is really saying that, like, 1111, I saw that as well. The fates is sharing that all this is happening because you are releasing what the generation, your ancestors could not, because there was this energy of pain and trauma that happened in the lineage. And because of you choosing this message, receiving this information, where you are completely open to shift that writing, that story, the fates are going to change for your generation, your kids or your siblings' kids, whatever. It doesn't mean you have to have the kids. It could be just your siblings as well. You're going to see a change in them too. So I'm just so excited. All the glitz and glam, I'm just going to say it right up front. It's just saying that in the books, it's not all about, having a partner that is financially stable. And I'm saying this because maybe for some of you guys, you were taught that financially stable and abundance, and like there should be this picture, this ideal picture of what your parents said you should marry or be with. And I know there's so much pressure for people to be in relationships. I'm going to say this right now, Rose Quartz Group, please do not push yourself. Like, this is your journey. This is your message here. This is your space. Aquarius is all about you understanding where are you emotionally with loving yourself. How are you loving your partner? Are you able to hold space? Is there a time that you need a break for you to create that boundary here? But it's just reliving that, like, the glitz and glam is not everything, and not everyone sees the core understanding of your relationship. There might be commenting of family members and friends and like their perception, but don't allow that to change the book that you want to write of your love life. So yeah, just stay with the fates, like full in here. I feel like for you guys, this is just a beginning. It's like Spirit's telling me, okay, that's enough with like these cards specifically, but it's saying that, okay, just stay tuned with your intuition. They're going to send you a message, whether that is on the meditation that you come on the 23rd with us, at 6 p.m. Eastern time, or when you do your ritual, like there's going to be a message. And I would be really interested if you could come back on this video and tell me what this message was, because it's just, I just see it being information that's going to help you rewrite the book of what love is for your family lineage. Let's look at what the chakra cards are for you guys. Okay. And then I think we're good. Wow. Chakra cards. Oh, Usually I don't fall this out, but I just felt, wow, okay, we're gonna get into this. So Rose Quartz group, chakra cards you got, number one is a lot of heart chakra cards, but you also got a lot of like interesting cards. Okay, so you got trickery and grief. So again, if you're in a breakup, you recently broke up, or perhaps you're in a space of like understanding and feeling the sense of grief of like wanting companionship as you were single, and you're like, I just really want to be with someone right now. I just really want a partner right now. I feel you. I see you with that. But also ask yourself, why do you want that companionship? You know, when we go outside of ourselves to fill a void, that means that what is that void? Ask yourself this question. So instead of avoiding the grief of like the breakup you had, or maybe the ex that you didn't get over after 4 years, like this is the time, Aquarius full moon, for you to finally rewrite the books, for you to finally go into that shadow, to go into your wound, to go into the grief, fully feel it, not just see it, feel it, to allow yourself to release it and allow expansion to occur in the heart. And for some of you guys, maybe Aquarius full moon is going to be a heart opener. I'm going to be honest, like that's the energy I'm getting. And again, spirit will share this with you. This is going to be a big like crack open for you, and really like just cleansing the wound here. And for others of you, it's going to be like a start of a crack opening of your heart. Forgiveness. So here it's like forgiving your parents for not fully being here, for not fully caring for the younger child within you, forgiving your guardians, forgiving your siblings, forgiving your ex-partners, like anyone who harmed you to cause you to feel this grief in your heart. During the Aquarius full moon, I call into you to say their name and to forgive them and to hold space for that, because that's what's going to help you go deeper into this unconditional love. The other two cards I got is rejection and impasse. So the rejection card is just saying that just be reminded that things aren't working exactly the way that you have planned. It's because the fates are rejecting it for you to receive this message, but also spirit rejects you because they want to protect you from something. And I think what they're asking you is they're protecting you to allow you to focus on yourself, not hold space to be tricked by the ego, and release the grief for you to expand your heart. And sometimes that requires a detour, which is the empath. So detours, the empath specifically, I'm going to say, is a representation for you guys during this full moon, is during the Aquarius full moon. This is an opportunity for you to express and to speak out this grief and to hold space out of the denial and be honest with yourself and forgive, you know. And obviously don't just like forgive, like release what you have to say. Like, I am so mad that so-and-so broke up with me the way they did. I'm so mad that they weren't able to support me. I'm so mad that my parents were just so in their pain that they never hugged me. They never kissed me. They never hold space for me. Like that, you are allowed to be angry. Like whatever comes up during this Aquarius full moon, allow it to come out, to be released. And then you'll be able to hold space for forgiveness. If we just say sorry, but we don't actually mean it, it's not going to hold space for actual true healing. So connect with your wild, like space, like we call it in shamanic practices, like your primal, like when you're shaking your body and feeling the space, and like when you're ugly crying and you're just like not letting the tears, like that is what I'm saying. Like, where's your primal space? Connect with that primal earthy energy and allow that to be releasing, to help you release the grief and to help you expand. Love these cards. Love, love, love it. Okay, so let's get into Rose Quartz, your next part of your reading, which is what your guides have for you. Okay. Again, it's just like Spirit's just really like being honest with you. Okay, so again, this is an awakening point. The first card came out is no, rejection. These cards are so connected. So because Spirit is saying no, not right now, doesn't mean no forever. So if they're saying no, you cannot make this relationship work with X, Y, Z, you know, that's okay. Like, no, you cannot do this specific. It doesn't have to be like an intimate, it could be a friendship as well. It's okay. Pausing and postponing is allowing you to honor so you can be a better space to hold space for someone. I was talking to a friend the other day, and this is going to resonate with you guys because this is exactly where you are. And she was saying that she ended up dating this person, and this person was really like good, but they were both in different places. And she felt that she was growing much faster than he was. And at one point they actually met up like literally a year later, and she's in a financial like abundance. She's killing it. She's doing amazing. He's also doing in that space. And she came from a space where she was like, wow, like we were not in a place that we could have given each other that love because we had so much work that we had to do, right? So think of this as like, this is just like a little vacation for you to go deeper into your heart. So no, not right now. And this rejection of like wanting that companionship right now is not for you. You need to tap into this emotional space here first. And that is just all for you to rewrite the book. To rewrite the book of ancestral pain. Like you are holding whatever insecurities your grandmother had, your mom had, your father had, the grandfathers had. Like you have all these like deeper energetic wounds that we have in our being, and beyond that, going 14 generations before that we've never met, but maybe in the ethers we have, of course. But it's just like understanding that. And that's why I have the pillar of light that came out for you, which is all about your vibration is rising. This is about increasing your heart. This is about opening that heart. This is about allowing yourself to be in this loving energy where one day you're going to wake up and say, yes, I'm ready to be in this relationship. Yes, me and my partner are in a place that we're meant to be. Yes, like I am able to be a better mother. I can hold space for my kids. I can discipline them. I can not be angry at them because I feel a sense of not being seen or heard when I discipline them. Like, yes, I'm at this pillar of light. So it's all this that's coming, and you're coming into this space of like expansion. And through the pain, there is that depth of the pillar of light that comes through. An awakening, energetic upgrades, and new ways of integration. So again, you're just new energy. That the ones come up a lot for you guys. If you're seeing that, let me know. But I just like this sense of awakening. It's like, oh my gosh, like this is so much like love has been suppressed in our lineage because of this pain, and it will no longer hurt any person or harm any person because I've stopped it. We've stopped saying yes. We said our definite no. We're going to change this. We're going to allow the masculine to be emotional from the feminine here. We're going to allow the feminine to be held in a safe space. We're going to allow ourselves to know that this is what I want to see in someone, but that's also what I see in myself. This is allowing ourselves to expand on a deeper level. And let me tell you, I've had a heart opening before. It is the most beautiful thing in my life. Like just like talking about it brings me all the feels because you just know I can't express it. It's one of those things where I'm not going to say what it's going to feel like. You're just going to get this message, and then there starts your journey of rewriting the book of your lineage. But it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay. Let me know what's resonating with you here, guys, down below. I'm going to pull out your affirmation for the Aquarius full moon, but just let me know what's resonating here. Thank you for contributing to the shift of the earth needs. Oh, no worries, Charlene. Abundant blessings always. Yes, abundant blessings to you too. Yes, I'm so happy to hold space. This work makes me so happy. I can't stress. Every time I go live with you guys or I do a video, it just makes me so happy. It makes me so grateful and so much love on the topic of love. I just wanted to share that. Okay, so Aquarius, full moon for rose quartz. Oh, when a card pulls out to you like really quickly. This card, okay. Yes, please hit the like if you guys can. Thank you so much. Charlene, you're like my power, like my cheerleader. Thank you. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my God, this card. So I just want to share with you guys one thing, and it's an intimate thing, but I just want to share this because it's coming up a lot. And I was like, you know what, Spirit, I'm just going to say it. For some of you guys who are in intimate relationships, I just want you to honor the ability of sacred connection. And just knowing that during the Aquarius full moon, that emotions will be high. So, if that means being celibate for the time of the week, because your yoni is not ready to hold space for that, please honor that. Or your hara, for men, it's called hara, if you're able to hold space for that. Because if it's not a definite yes, you cannot hold space to have this intimacy and loving energy. So I just want to share that with you guys, because this is coming through so much. The cards I pulled for you guys are all sacral and heart. So it's a representation of emotional essence. It's a representation during this Aquarius full moon of like sensual and like energy, creative, expressive, but also making sure it's healthy too. So just want to share that with you guys. Like, what does intimacy mean to you, and how have you felt in a space of intimacy? And that's a great shadow work prompt for you during this Aquarius full moon. Forgiveness. I acknowledge the harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So I acknowledge the harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So understanding that, you know, if we resent people, if we resent our exes and certain relationships and ways people wronged us, then that just creates another layer of our heart that will be harder for us to open to our future partners, our loved ones, our family, our friends. And then that creates this sense of like, anger. That's what happens when we become resentfulness and we create these shields. Anger creates itself there. That's what happens. So resentfulness and unforgiveness equals anger. So hold space for that. Release that primal anger if you need to. Scream in a pillow before our meditation will help you a lot. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means I am on the right path. Yes, it is. So understanding that the fates are in the space that all this pause right now is for you to be happy. And I know you're like, Shika, being alone isn't happy. I want to have my partner. I want to have like cuddles. I want to have all this stuff. Okay, I get that. But it's also like with people who have partners as well, like this is an opportunity for you to just like really go deep beyond like what makes you guys happy. Check in. Like, how are you feeling right now? Where are you at? Like, where's your happiness in this relationship for some of you guys? Like, you have a dolphin energy, which are just such happy, loving, and very conscious beings. They're so conscious. Yeah, it's crazy. There's some places in the world where people are actually like giving birth in the water with dolphins, and it helps the baby, it helps like the experience to calm them down, and they're so intuitive. So I just wanted to share that. Change. Again, changing the book. So I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So understanding that for me to move forward, for me to hold space, for me to come out of the stagnant space, I got to move. I need to shift. I need to be honest with this grief. I need to move through the grief and the pain and come to a space of releasing that primal instinct of anger, cry a bit, bawl a little bit, scream a bit, and then come to a space of love, you know? So change happens when we can move our body, move our energy out of our body. You know, we have no one to create excuses for but ourselves. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter things in life. You know, to feel less alone. There's a difference between loneliness and alone, right? If you're alone, that's okay. If you're feeling lonely, that's a different thing. So how can you allow humor to allow you to feel that companionship? You know, watch a funny show, like make yourself like laugh. What makes you happy? Like these things are important. The happiness and change here. Humor is what allows us to live on and to have a life of perspective. And it's so beautiful. And we have the laughing Buddha in this one, which is so great. You know, it's just this, the heart, the key of love, the key to our heart is humor, it's happiness, it's lightness, it's being, it's unconditional love, it's perspective, it's consciousness. So I really hope you guys love this video. Let me know down below how you enjoyed this reading, Rose Quartz group, how you enjoyed everything that came through. Please, please, please let me know. Also, let me know what resonated with you. And don't forget to mark on your calendar for July 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern time so you do not miss it. And also like this video. It makes a big difference. Liking and sharing, it helps more people see the video and also supports like people who are actually subscribed as well. And it really helps the community. So please do it. It takes a couple seconds, and make sure you put notification bells. Just reading your comments. Remember to hit like. Yeah, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. Thanks, Charlene. Feeling angry. Yes. So if you're feeling this anger, primal, like releasing, shaking is going to be so important. Oh, that's awesome. You just woke up and saw my live. That's amazing. Like, what better way to start your morning than to do a reading? Like, just saying, I love doing self readings or morning readings for myself. It is the best vibe. It just keeps the day going. It's amazing. So I have a couple announcements that I want to share with you guys. The first thing is I have this amazing collaboration that I will be sharing with you to help Indigenous and Aboriginal community. As you guys know, with everything going on in the world and being a person of color, it is something that I want to share and hold space for. So I'm so excited, but basically for the live that's going to be happening this coming up 23rd, all the proceeds are going to go to the Indian Aboriginal community. I'm going to actually give you guys the exact name because I have it in my on my phone right now. So one second. Here it is. Okay, so it will be the Indian Residential School Survivors Society. All proceeds from the next live and meditation will go to it to support all those. And I want to just share with you guys a lot of my practices, a lot of our practices, the land we are on is the ancestors themselves, their land and, you know, their pains. And as you guys know, in an energetic space, they're still holding. There's so much just like grief coming out. And as grief is a big part of just what I'm seeing, emotional release, I want to be able to hold space for that. So again, that will be a donation that will be going to the Indian Residential School Survivor Society. To everyone that's on live, they'll be able to donate. I'll even leave the link there as well. I'm really excited for the collaboration. I'll share with you guys live at the beginning. And another thing too is I will be speaking live on the 22nd. Let me just make sure. Live on the 22nd. Where's my calendar? Where is my calendar? Give me a second, guys. You're so patient with me and I love you guys so much. Okay, where are you? Here, okay. So I will be chatting on the 22nd of July at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So 4 p.m. Eastern time, it's called the She-Her Conference. It's amazing women. We have thousands of people that will be live and I will be talking about the importance of the shadow. So if you're interested in that, I will leave that in our community post as well. I'll probably leave it down below too for you guys. If you feel that support and need. And yeah, and then the last announcement is that my mentoring program is opening up this September. So if you are interested in applying for it, link will be down below. I know a lot of you guys were like, Shika, can I work with you? Can I do healings with you? I do have mentorships and energy healing programs. So that is now open for application. So you can fill out your application intentionally and then we can see if it's a good fit. And and then we can move forward and work together. This is an amazing program that you actually get to work with me in 2-hour sessions, healings. And we have 2 programs that are more on a one-on-one and the group. And there's one intensive one that's every 2 weeks. So it's whatever feels good to you. I want to just see where you are energetically. It's important for me more than ever to make sure it aligns with both of us. And that's why I really take my time to go through the application. So all that information will be down below for you guys. Would you be able to write that link, please? Yes. So link for what? Is it for application of the program or link for the She-Her conference? Let me know because I will send it to you guys. And if you guys have any questions at all, please, please, please let me know. Please let me know so I can help and support. I love you guys so much. I'm really grateful to be here, to support you, to do the shadow work. Even if you have ideas of what you would like to, like, for example, like what content you would like to see, please, please, please let me know. I would love, love, love to hear that. But yeah, I'm going to put the She-Her conference down below. And let me see, one second. I'm just putting it right now for you guys. So She-Her conference, and then the program's also down below. You guys can apply there for the conscious mentoring. So that is all down below. Let me just see, make sure. Oh, She-Her conference, I'm going to post it in here too if you guys want to check it out. And then for the application, links down below as well. So just fill out your application. It is important. If your application is not full, I won't proceed with the next step. That's very important for me. Do you know what dreams of snakes are? Snakes and dragons. Snakes are very rebirthing. Dragons are like the sense of like release and destruction as well. Like you'll have to check out the spirit. Look up the dragon spiritual meaning on Google and see what resonates with you and what you felt in the dream, and that can help you a lot. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for joining me. This was so much fun. I love doing these. They're so much fun. They're amazing. Please let me know what resonated with you down in the comments. Please hit that like button. It really helps a lot with the channel, and just for everyone to see it, because some of you guys are not seeing the content. So make sure you like, you share, subscribe. I'll see you guys on July 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I love you guys so, so much. Bye. Happy weekend. See you in the full moon.